did change. Because we're
It
going
was
points.
0.5 last time.
What is it, 0.9 now?
0.6.
99-9.6. 5:33, Thursday, May 30th.
Can we just do one
Can you just move the fuck over? Like, we gotta do this every day. Every day, you're gonna have to move over.
I moved.
I'm gonna close this door.
Yeah?
Now you can come back over. Every day. Every day has to happen. How's your day?
It was amazing.
Are you fucking with me?
No, seriously. It's a good day.
You have a lot more energy right now. Why?
I was fucking... I don't know why.
What are you taking?
Nothing.
You drank the water, didn't you?
What kind of water?
Tap water?
No, it'd be flying out of me on the other end right now. It wouldn't even hit my tongue. They'd be like, tap water incoming. Just open the valve now.
We methanize the water here.
I mean, that's great. I don't fucking lose the teeth, get veneers, call it a day.
You were strong at the gym today.
Was I?
Well, I mean, more than your normal performance.
I fell asleep. I don't think it was 10:04, and I think I fucking.
That was the key.
I was
when you
fucking,
said I'm tired,
and I didn't wake up till my alarm went off at 5:30, and at 5:31 I got a message from John. He hadn't even shut the alarm off, and it said, "Are you up?" And I was
lucky.
like,
I was gonna text you at 4:30.
And I was like, I wouldn't have heard it. I was fucking out cold, and I was just like, and then I got this rush of like, I'm gonna be late because I had to like just grab a couple pair of clothes and stuff like that. And I was like, wait a minute.
Pairs of clothes, a couple.
Well,
pairs
you
never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I might tell you we're going to go outside and work, and then come back inside, and then you got to take a
He's
shower.
really stuck on this work thing. He's like, man, I can't believe how hard you guys work here. I'm like, you haven't even seen hard yet. He's like, I go,
it's relative.
He's actually skipping out on the with Blade Show coming up. He's skipping out on the whole getting everything in there, setting it all. He's skipping out on that. That's
what do you mean
bullshit.
Skipping out?
Because we can only have 6 passes.
You play chess? Hold on, pause. Stop for a second. Do you play chess? Do you play chess?
Yes, I play chess.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
He's skipping out on the whole, all that.
Yeah. I'll send you pictures of the pina coladas I'm drinking.
No, you're not drinking on this trip.
Fair. I don't drink anyways.
We will be in.
His idea was he wants me to go steal a pass.
No.
Yes?
No, we have the pass.
Okay, take that pass to wherever and Xerox.
Yeah.
6 of them.
That's not a bad idea.
But he wants me to do it.
Well, of course.
Well, yeah, because we gotta get you in.
Why do I have to do it? Why can't you do it?
Because you say things like, "I got you, bro." You have a gold chain. You look
See,
like
but-
you'd be the Xerox.
But then here's the question:
if you're standing there, you're the only one that doesn't have anything to do.
But now, if I'm the I got you, bro, I feel like I should be able to do it without getting it Xeroxed. Like I bet you I can probably.
Dude, I almost got in a fight with the man. Like physical, like we were gonna fucking fight.
Well, there's always a couple ways to do stuff.
We were down to the last way.
Did you try the niceness? I don't know. I'm just.
I tried the niceness. I tried the fucking
bribe.
The bribe.
I'll pay you more right now than you're gonna make all fucking week long. Yeah, we tried all of it.
And he still no?
He wasn't having it, man. He later came over and apologized. Yeah.
I would let me make an attempt to get in without it.
The thing is, like, they want you to hurry up. They're on your ass. Hurry up, unload that. Get this fucking truck out of here. Like, and then you cut my bodies. Like, we come in and do the cleanest setup. We pick up all of our fucking trash. We fucking help your employees. Like, we are in there like we have this shit down. We are the fucking most together setup. Because a lot of these, like, these dudes bring in these fucking awesome displays, but it's a fucking construction crew that comes in. They build a fucking house inside this motherfucker. Yeah. Like, our shit's fucking pretty clean.
Yeah, imagine those motherfuckers that have to do it with reduced staff. Yeah.
I don't know how some of these guys are going to do this shit. I have no clue how they're going to set this shit up. You know what I think they're going towards? They're doing it. They're restricting your body, so you have to use the Teamsters to set it up like they do in Vegas.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's what's going on.
Out there.
Makes sense. Yeah, there's a union.
Yep.
I wonder how much that costs to set up.
What was your takeaway from today?
Takeaway is why I got out of the car industry, but.
What do you mean?
Like, the truck, like, it's. I learned today how small this town really is. Like, and I've always known it. I guess I experienced it really for the first time. We had to change the belt and pulleys on the truck. Super easy job. Ordered the stuff. Got it in the next day.
You went to 4.
Two. There's only 2 places. I went back and forth.
What's
4 times.
amazing is we have 5 auto part places.
And here's my fuck up. And here's next time for that truck. There's a Ford dealership in Paris, 20 minutes away. I called them and I was like, I need this part number. And she's like, got it. It'll be here tomorrow if you prepay by 3 o'clock. This was after I found out O'Reilly sold me the wrong pulley. So from now on, anything that truck needs, I'm just calling the dealership,
Is it
paying
not
over
a
the
lot
phone.
more expensive at the Ford dealer?
No, O'Reilly's was $38 for the pulley. The Ford dealership was $46 for the pulley.
Why don't you go make friends with somebody at the Ford dealer?
And we go drop it off the truck?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Or he can come here and do it.
I'll do that. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. I was worried about lugging it all the way out to fucking by me. But like this pulley was fucked up, and then I went to O'Reilly. Oh.
And you got guys at Porsche still.
Yeah. But just back and forth between the like.
Why don't we hire one of them?
To do what?
Stand around and just clean cars and shit. Yes, they will.
Okay.
Yes, they will.
Like a detail guy?
No, like a mechanic who can work on Porsches and clean shit.
Because the mechanic that works at Porsche, he's a little I don't want to say spoiled, but
and get me a girl one.
And knows how to work on Porsche. We're gonna have to explain.
Yeah, I want an actual German bitch.
All right.
I don't even want her to speak English.
That's fine.
And you're only gonna.
Can I get a work stipend then?
What is that?
So like $10,000
What is that?
to start off.
What's that?
The stipend is like
Well,
here's money, like his yeah. Give me like 10 G's and you want to come with me? Yeah, you speak a little bit German, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go and we'll recruit somebody for you.
We'll get the
We'll
perfect
come
girl.
back in a week. I think we can buy them one way the tickets.
What'd you learn at the gym today?
Damn, that was fucking. I was shaking. I thought we were about to get in a fight. No bullshit. I thought, well, you knew we weren't, but I was like, this is it. Like I'm like, where's the closest like 10-pounder? You know what I mean? Like I was scoping out. There was only machines. There's no free weights. Am I gonna have to just throw an elbow? Like these dudes nonstop talking. John has his earbuds in all the way up. Like I can hear the music standing next to him, and he's speaking to me over the volume going in his ears. So it's somewhat elevated, and he's just laying it out there. And at first I got like super, I mean, for the most part, I was like really uncomfortable because I'm just not used to that kind of confrontation. You know what I mean? Like, and he just laid it out there. Like, motherfuckers walking. And that was the thing. Like, if he just said dudes or guy, you know what I mean? Like, he kept like, motherfuckers come in and just talk more than they lift, and they look like they haven't changed their bodies in a year. And I mean, he just called it all out there. And now that I think about it, like, sort of rightfully so.
Like, you see all these fucking weights laying around in here?
Yeah.
You know who puts them away? The 80-year-old lady at the front desk puts this shit away.
And it's.
I see all this trash these motherfuckers leave. You know who picks it up? I pick it up. I bring a fucking vacuum in here and vacuum this fucking gym.
So when John gets passionate about something, his voice elevates normally, correct? And he's got his volume in, so he's almost like not yelling, but he's like the whole gym hears him, right? And these dudes are about the distance from me and you.
Only because we went to the other side of the gym.
Yeah.
They wedged themselves in where we
they
were.
wanted this one machine, right?
always.
And this old lady puts all this weight. I mean, he's just and I'm like, all right, like here we go. Like I was waiting, and then I left, and I was like, I remember, and here's the delivery made me uncomfortable, right? But the message was 100% point on. Here's why, because I saw a video like Frisella at a gym doing an Instagram, and he's like, motherfuckers can't even pick up a bottle, and he was like picking up a bottle that was like trash left in the gym, and went and took it, put it in the trash can. You know what I mean? Like, so the message was no arguing the message at all, 100%. You know what I mean? Like, but it shows that the dude, like, and that's what I said to him in the parking lot. I was like, that's like the most one of them, like that's a alpha experience. You know what I mean? Like that's an alpha dude being an alpha, right? Like, and I was like, and I said something, and he was like, if they were alpha, I wouldn't have to say all this shit. And it kind of clicked that it's like, it's not necessarily like, hey, you want to fucking go, bro? That dude's not really the alpha. It's doing the right thing at the right time. You know, like, he wouldn't have to say, rack the fucking weights and pick up the fucking trash and shut the fuck up, get your workout in and get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, so it was definitely an experience. I really thought we were going to get in a fight. I was 100% waiting for it. And he was like, do your set. Do your set. Like, just keep going. I was like, oh,
They walk over here, I'll hit them with the weight you're fucking losing.
Pick
You'll
me
have
up and
that.
throw it at
You'll
him.
be doing tricep presses, and I'll fucking hit them with you. We're not worried about fucking the dude with the rape van. That dude literally, that is the uncle from fucking Napoleon Dynamite. Like, literally, he's the uncle from Napoleon Dynamite. Selling Tupperware and shit. Never answer questions from law enforcement. Always ask for a lawyer.
Okay.
I'm not a sovereign citizen type, but that's 100%. I'll ID myself, but have nothing to say without an attorney. If I'm not under arrest or being detained, then I'll be on my way. John G, I get it, man. I get it. But when I roll into Atlanta, and I've got fucking a convoy of 10 fucking vehicles, and the cop asks me a question, where are you going? I'm not going to tell them it's none of their fucking business. We're going to Blade Show. We are here infusing money into the community. Like, there's a place. I can be a cock, and fucking my whole fucking convoy can sit on the fucking side of the road for 4 hours while they ask us if we have a permit to move more than 2 vehicles down the interstate in a line of 3. Or I can just tell them what the fuck they want to know, and we can be on our way. I get it, man. It's just how much time you have to spend there and how much your time costs. My time costs fucking a lot of fucking money. And everybody with me, they're all being paid while we're fucking being detained.
I've gotten out, and I'm not saying I've gotten out of tickets. Like, I've gotten a few tickets.
But
just, hey, you know why I pulled you over? Man, like, the one ticket was like, man, I knew I turned right on that. Like, and yeah, you're not supposed to talk to the cops, and you're not supposed to admit guilt, and sometimes they walk up to the window fishing. But look, part of being a man is admitting what you did wrong and making it right. I knew that stop sign was there. I knew I rolled through it. Like, but there's been many times like, hey man, why you know why I pulled you over? I'm sorry, officer, I don't. But the car's off, the keys are on the ceiling, all the lights are on, all the windows are rolled down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get, like, people crack their window. Cool.
Yeah, I can still pepper spray.
You are within your rights, but when the cop walks up and all the windows are rolled down and the keys are on the hood and all the interior lights are on, you know what I mean? And my phone is nowhere to be seen and my hands are like this, like, it's the same with, like, when a cop when
I'm
someone
not
gets
saying like we'll roll film. Like, if we're getting stopped at this point, like, we're not going to have a law enforcement interaction that we're not recording at this point.
Correct. I agree. But when people get shot, like, by cops, it's like,
look how many times police officers have grabbed phones and deleted it.
Yeah.
Only to have it have already uploaded to the cloud and it shows up in court.
Right. Like, especially when people like get shot by cops, like, forget the point where it's right or wrong. Forget all that stuff. There's another human being pointing a firearm at you that's loaded, saying, if you don't do what I tell you.
I've never had them. Well, I mean, I've had guns.
But you get my point.
Not in a normal.
But you get my point. Like, situation. I don't care who's right or wrong at this point. Shut up, and like, unless you're beep like Costa, and you can sidestep and get it off, and then right.
Video?
But even still, that was pretty fucking good. So he walks out of.
It's a skit. It's a little video of Costa getting robbed.
Yeah, so he walks out of something, and this guy walks up with a hoodie. And the guy that owns a wholesale
Give me your
company.
watch.
He's like, give me your watch, and empty all your pockets. And he empties everything and gives it to him, right? So then he's like...
walking away.
And Costa's like, can I go now? And he's like, yeah, get out of here, old man.
You better run.
You better run. And then Chris turns around, and he was like, hey, stop. And he turns around and he goes, what's that in your back pocket? And he pulls out, and it's a timer. And he goes, what's this, your defibrillator, old man? And you see Chris kind of like, oh, your pacemaker? And it goes... beep, and then Chris draws and it goes bang, but then it ends.
So that was a holster company guy?
Yeah, his dude has shot 800 yards with a pistol.
Chris or the
Stanley, this guy that shoots. He can shoot. He also shot. It was like 600 or 700 yards with a 6.5, and he goes boom, and he runs the bolt, boom, and then it gets real quiet, and then you hear bink, bink. Dude is probably one of. I mean, he's a legit shooter.
Who is it?
His name is.
He owns a holster company.
Yeah.
What's the name of the holster company?
Tier 1 Concealment.
You're full of information.
Tier 1 Concealment is a holster company, and his company.
Is Chris using his shit?
Yeah, they're boys. They're always training together. You see Chris will post videos up shooting with him,
man.
and I don't know much about the relationship, but from what I've seen on the internet, it seems like this can shoot. The guy can shoot really well, how well Chris can. So they go back and forth.
That's cool. So a buddy of ours who's a cop in Florida listened to this last night. Apparently this podcast went up last night that I just printed these off of. And he's like, I had a sovereign citizen guy. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, he was black. Because I've never seen a black sovereign. It's always
I don't even know what it means.
It's always a crazy
guy.
white dude.
I don't even know what it means.
He's like, he was black. He goes, I still have his fake driver's license and his license plate off his car. I go, what? He goes, yeah, they demolished the car. They totaled the car out. And they let me keep the plate. He sent me a picture. He goes, here's the plate, here's the fake driver's license.
What did it say?
And I don't know.
Well, it wasn't a custom plate.
No, just a plate, right? He goes, the dude represented himself in court. He goes, it was the most Judge Judy shit in the world. It was the most fucking Springer shit in the world. I go, what happened? He goes, he went to jail.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
So what's
A lot of jail.
What's this sovereign citizen bullshit?
It's
Give me the
I'm
too
not
long
a
didn't
US.
read.
I'm not a U.S. It's the same guys that are like, that's your government name. You don't have to go by your social security number. You don't have to pay taxes. It's the same thing as you don't have to pay tax. Show me in the tax code where you have to pay taxes. That's fine. I know, just like you know, that nowhere in there does it specifically say you have to fucking pay taxes. Show me the line. On the other hand, I also know that the IRS will come to your fucking shop or shoot your dog in the middle of the night and pull your fucking wife out of your house, and you will go to prison. Like, you're going to pay the money one way or another. You're just going to pay a lot less if you pay it now than if you fucking pay it later. I get it. And all these dudes running around not paying taxes, fuck, man, more power to you. I am fucking happy for you. Stop telling people that it's you doing it. Yeah. They're going to come get you. It's not a fucking problem until it is a problem.
So I, being of my descent from where I'm from.
Is that Jewish?
Taxes are everybody's a tax expert up there. Well, I've heard a few conversations where they would say...
Where are we talking about?
Like Michigan. Michigan's
I thought you
corrupt
meant
as
Lebanon.
Fuck. No, Michigan's fucked. Anyways. People would always like, yeah, you can skirt this and not pay this and get away with this and blah, 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 blah. I read on the news that the IRS has made a push that they're no longer going... Push. Like, they used to go over... They'd only go after dudes...
over $1 million.
Over $1 million. Before it was more.
Really
now it's $1
$3
million. Yeah. Then it was like, we're only going to go people that make over $1 million because it's worth our time.
Right.
And then they started doing the math and started seeing,
There's
like...
not enough of those guys.
There's a whole lot... Yeah, because a lot of those guys are getting educated on how to skirt the system legally. Now they're doing the math and seeing there's a whole lot of motherfuckers that make 150, 200 grand a year that are skirting away 10 grand a month. You know
the
what
IRS
I mean? Like,
tax code is this.
Yeah.
Only this much of it is what you have to pay. All of this is how to fucking not pay it.
Yeah. So...
Like, my tax lawyer was an IRS agent.
That's the...
His investigators that worked for him, his auditors, were IRS agents as recently as 3 years ago.
Wow.
My accountant...
Yeah.
works directly under him, and she fucking works with those IRS dudes. Like, fucking...
Just pay the taxes.
Pay the tax. It's a lot cheaper.
It is.
It's a lot cheaper. I'm a sovereign citizen. I'm just traveling. I don't need a driver's license. I'm traveling. You're traveling on fucking goddamn government roads. You don't need a driver's license. You should have stayed on the dirt road. Then you're trespassing on the
I saw a
farmer's
video
road.
of a dude trying to cross into the United States. And he was like, I'm a U.S. citizen. And she's like, I need some identification. He goes, tell me where it says I need to show you identification.
Jesus.
She was like, if you just show it to me, I'll let you pass. I'm
Yeah,
not going to pull you over.
You're going to end up in the United States, all right?
I'm not going to pull you over. I'm not doing just show it to me. And it was like a 30-minute fucking back and forth.
Thoughts on the Mandela effect? False memory?
I don't even know what it is.
I don't either.
Next.
Thoughts on Mandela?
Nelson? I heard he used to beat his wife.
It's still one of the fucking worst countries in the world.
Because of him?
Well, I mean, everybody said the problem with South Africa was white rule, and then they turned it over, and now it's still one of the worst countries in the world.
You know what the best thing for Africa was?
Blood diamonds?
England.
I thought it would have been the Afrikaneers, or the Afrikaans.
Well, like, those were, Africa and France, fucking England, all the same place. Skully is on the spot with Idaho properties getting expensive as Idaho leads the U.S. as the fastest growing state percentage-wise. You know, I keep hearing that.
And that's because Californians,
Fastest percentage-wise. I heard somebody say the other day, Dallas, fastest growing city in the world. And then you always hear Nashville, fastest growing city in the world.
Always some
If you don't like the weather, just wait. It'll change.
Yeah.
Everywhere's like that.
Yeah.
Everywhere's fucking growing, man.
Idaho?
Yeah.
What the fuck's
You are the
Idaho?
hoe. Let the dildo surprise game begin. I had no idea the power of Amazon fun. Oh, the possibilities. Thanks, SOE and crew, for awesome products. Search the most whacked out, bizarre shit on Amazon. The nastiest shit you can think of. It will be on
Yeah,
Amazon.
it's on like the adult version of Amazon.
We used to have a game. What do you think Tyler has in his asshole today? That was so legit. We had that game all the time. Tyler always surprised us.
With nothing?
No,
Gallon
there
of
was
milk.
always something.
Whatever.
Come on.
He always had something. Why do you seem surprised?
I guess I shouldn't be. Someone left their phone open in front of me one time.
In his asshole?
No, somebody left their phone open.
Oh,
on
that's
it,
nothing.
And we're talking about something.
Tyler still has everybody's fucking ball pics.
No.
in there.
We were there. Somehow the conversation turned to vibrators, and I was just like, hey, like I grabbed the phone, and they had Amazon One Touch activated. So we're gonna add the Hitachi. We're gonna add the one with the controller. Blah blah blah. And I hit, and I just
That's
put it
awesome.
there, and then they realized because they got an email notification, so they canceled it. So then said person's husband unlocked the phone for me and slid me the phone back, so I reordered it.
Does this person's name start with M?
No,
Oh.
no. But M.
Because she already, she already had all of them.
She has. We need to find one for M that works on 220. Or
like
the
you got,
110
like
version
you got a
is not
gun
enough.
room. They got
Yeah.
a they got a change.
Yeah.
They got a fucking.
So husband
dungeon.
slips me the phone. I reorder.
That's awesome.
Said product. I get a text message. He orders some attachments to said product on his phone, and I get a text message
like
like
the garden
3
hose
days.
attachment.
Like 3 days later, he goes, "Good morning, thank you." That's all the text message was. Like, oh well,
Cool.
I'm glad I'm spreading the happiness.
The joy. What I think is funny is on Facebook I see people complaining about privacy with the most invasive app in history of the world. Well, I mean, they just went through and like see what you're gonna look like in 30 years. That was a facial recognition. Like they are moving to the point you have to have it locked on. When you have made so many interactions on Facebook, you have to be logged on to a telephone number, a specific telephone number. They're doing that so you can't have false accounts and fake accounts and all that other shit. What do you think they're doing with the facial recognition app now? What do you think all these dudes changing themselves to look like women and shit? That's all they're teaching the algorithm for facial recognition. Like they're gonna know that that's still you, even though you're wearing a wig and a fucking baseball cap. That's what the fuck's going on.
Even though you want to be transgender,
But-
they're still going to know you as a
But
dude.
step this out 1 or 2 levels. He's like, I think it's funny talking about privacy on the most invasive app. Like you're still stuck on the fact that the app is like your phone is
Yeah.
like you want to disconnect, you can disconnect, but it's not really like
There's phones that come with those apps installed in them. And go ahead and fucking hit that button where it deletes your Facebook page. Shut that bitch down for about 90 days and decide you want to make a new Facebook account.
It'll open up like you
it's
never
still
gone.
there.
Like
Yep.
you were never gone.
Towing 2 trailers in Idaho is totally legal. Gotcha. How about 3? Because I've seen 2 trailers. I saw a truck tow a travel trailer, towing a toy trailer, towing a boat trailer.
You ever seen how they run in Australia?
Well, Australia's fucking. They do
So
anything.
Wild Wild West, they can do whatever they want.
But like but have you seen it?
Have you seen Patriot Campers out of there?
No.
Have you seen Patriot Games?
No.
Watch that shit.
They'll run semis like souped up semis across the fucking like the
It's like
desert.
it's like ice road trailers.
Yeah, but they'll have fucking like 5 fucking like full size fucking
Yeah.
because there's barely a road and there's no real regulation, and it's like these trucks are running 80, 90 miles an hour because there's nobody around. Nothing can survive except fuel stops every once in a while. It's pretty slick.
Of course, it's going in a display case in the living room whenever I'm not using it. Do not stop making purple shit. Haha, I'll still need a wallet and a few other things. He'll have his 3-day pack for Father's Day. I'll make sure of it. He's already made me wait on not ordering the Mother's Day bag and code and the damn Memorial code and buy one get one t-shirt so we could have extras for Blade. So I'm not missing anything else. Those are mystery items I'll never be able to get now. So just disregard that comment from Freedom about quitting on making purple stuff for a month. Ha! But extra excited about seeing you all again at Blade and getting the only Blade Show items there. So I guess it is worth the wait. Great podcast as always, John and Skully.
You don't understand how bad he messed you up.
Do you know the real name?
Because the Mother's Day sale code, you got a purple bag.
Oh, and then Skully just puts the knife in her back
Boom.
and twists.
Yeah, you missed the purple bag.
You're mean, man.
Hey, we'll trade you for the little kid. I'll take the little kid. Pierre will raise him right. Pierre wears jewelry just like he wears. It's like a little you.
I've heard many people say I think you're going to be a good father. Come on. You can admit it. Maybe
Let's start with a bonsai tree.
We have a cactus.
I think you'll be a good father.
There's a small cactus about this big in the house.
Yeah? Do you water it every day?
No, you're not supposed to.
Exactly.
Well, I pay fucking attention.
You have to feed a kid every day, Pierre.
I got cats. We got to feed them twice a day.
She has cats.
Yeah, I feed those motherfuckers.
You're gonna get possum duty.
Oh.
You care for that possum,
So,
we'll let you have a baby.
Here's what I told her. I said, there's a whole lot of shit that happens with a kid when they're young, right? I was like, I'm 31, 32
You handle
right
all
now.
that shit for the first 3 years.
I'm 31, 32, right? And she's like, yeah. I was like, if we have a kid now, when I turn 40, kid will be 8, 9 years old, right? She goes, yeah. I goes, fuck that. Let's just not have a kid, and on my 40th birthday, we'll go buy one. I mean, adopt one. That's 8, 9 years old.
It's
You know what I mean?
It's really cheaper to buy one.
You know what I mean? Like,
Brangelina?
they're house trained, they're potty trained. Like, I don't have to deal with wiping the poop. And I know it's a kind of a messed up joke. I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but I was serious about it. I was like,
a lot of horror movies start that way.
let's not have kids and let's just adopt when we turn 40. I can buy a Lamborghini and pay it off by then.
Smart TV. Did anybody else have an immediate flashback to 1984 when the Samsung came out? Bit like Terminator flashback when I saw the large and fast running 4-legged robot. When I saw that, I got truly scared for the first time in my life, because those will outrun you if need be, and do whatever they were programmed to do. Wait, so you drive past old folks in motorhomes, waiting till one flashes her titties.
let me have that.
Sorry, been busy lately.
Oh man.
I'm behind the podcast, so I haven't been commenting as much. What chest micro rig would you recommend for high mountain, long range goat hunts? Man, it's gonna be a bolt gun, right?
You don't need.
It doesn't have to be.
308 micro would be good.
Yeah, just 308 micro.
You don't need a lot of ammo. You don't want to lug a lot of ammo.
No.
Yeah, you can put a bunch of stuff in.
Or if you ever made rigs specifically for that, rangefinder, binos, 1 or 2 5-round mags, slot for individual shells, Kestrel GPS, hunting tags, water. Who the fuck's calling you?
She always calls right now.
Tell her you're busy. Text her. Say, John said I'm busy. Go. You need a caller? Is it an emergency?
No, she's just out of the gym.
Tell her not to call at 5 anymore.
6.
Tell her not to. Whatever. Whatever she's doing. Whatever her solution is. But does she listen to this?
No.
She logs on to all my live feeds now. I think she thinks that you're not actually here. What is your guys' opinion on full-length shotguns? Oh, the 308 micro rig's probably your best bet.
Yeah.
If you have, it's going to be a small pair of binos. You can put in one of the mag pouches. You can put a rangefinder and all your other bullshit, or a big pair of binos in the utility pocket. I would recommend you still carry some medical shit, probably, maybe an EPIRB. I don't know in what capacity you're hunting. And then you can put, your fucking mags in one of the other pockets.
John said don't ever interrupt ever again.
Did you really say that?
Yeah. John said don't interrupt ever again.
I'm going to tell you. You said you were going to say that. What is your guys' opinion on full-length shotguns with a full-length mag tube? Is the extra length and 12 to 13 round capacity worth it over an 18-inch shotgun with an 8-round mag capacity? Are they a viable fighting gun or too long? I have a 14-inch SBS 870 and an 18 Benelli M1 Super 90 and a full-length Remington 1100, so I'm set. Was just curious what you guys thought. More importantly, since you have fucking every one of them, what do you think? Go run around your house in the dark and see which one works for you.
So when I took the shotgun class, I ran that Benelli. Fucking I was killing it. Like, I couldn't miss. It was like 42-inch barrel. You know what I mean? Like, however long it was, right?
Yeah, you can, when you run out, you can just fucking tip them over with the end of the barrel.
And it was super light, right? And I was shooting it one-handed, and pop, pop, pop. And the trigger was real fucking quick. It was fucking epic. And then I took it home, and I was like, "Shark, this is the like, what is it? Double-out buck, 9-pellet double-out buck, like takes chunks off." And like at 25 yards, all 9 pellets were inside the B zone, right? Like I was like, "Hell yeah, this is I'm gonna wreck my house with this thing, right?" I was gonna duct tape a flashlight to it because there's no rail to it. You know what I mean? Like,
duct tape a peck to it.
Yeah, right. And then I picked it up and went to clear the first room.
And hit the door.
And I couldn't. I had to
knocked a hole in the bathroom wall.
Half the gun had to be out the door before, and I was like, no.
You better just fucking
for a house.
Barrel up or barrel
down, right? Like, or just shotguns are badass guns. Go take a class.
Yeah, we knew that. I mean, from you know that from fucking Way of the Gun.
Yeah, shotgun is fucking epic, but a long gun like that. I have an 1100. I got a Benelli VIN, I think it's called.
Vinci.
You know what you're supposed to do, right?
What?
You're supposed to just sit on the bed with your shotgun.
I know you're not supposed to go clear them.
There's no reason to go. There's no reason to go see if the.
But what if there's kids in the other room?
Do you have kids in the other room?
In my application, I hunker down as Clint Smith. You pull your milk crate of loaded 5.56 mags up, and you say, "Please don't enter the room," and then you just let them have it. I know what I'm supposed to do.
You're supposed to announce that you have a scorching case of herpes, and you are calling the police.
Yeah.
That is what you were supposed to do.
You're supposed to call the police and leave it on speakerphone and just sit there. I know you're supposed to hunker down, but there are some people's application where you can't hunker down, and you have to go.
And if you have kids in it.
You see, the zombies are going to, like...
That only happens down in Brazil.
Well, we're not in Brazil, so fuck it.
What's that crazy shit, people? What is this? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
The alligator shit?
Well, no, these like fucking, they look like crackheads or whatever, but they're like twisting around all contorted and shit, like they're possessed by demons. It's happening some drug.
Some drug that, like, it rots away?
No, not crocodile.
Oh, the crocodile.
No, this, like, it literally, like, they're folding themselves in half backwards. They're, like, contorting all, like, fucking spider demons and shit. Fucking flailing around in fucking puddles and stuff. It's crazy. Look, man, I don't know how you haven't seen it.
I probably have, but, I mean...
Like, walking backwards upside down on roofs and shit.
We read all those.
What did you guys finish? Jeremy Goodman. John, if you're looking for an alternative to glyphosate Roundup to kill weeds in your driveway, parking lot, you can mix up 1 gallon of vinegar with a cup of Epsom salt and a tablespoon of dish soap. It will kill anything that you spray it on, and can take it a step further by adding food coloring to the mixture for spot areas that have been treated before. I agree with you 100%. You know what works better? Diesel gasoline. Well, diesel or gasoline. I like gasoline because it burns faster when you light it on fire. You know what else works? I got these weed dragons. They're fucking awesome. But unfortunately, when you apply heat, a totally different strain of fucking forest grows there.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned with the glyphosate shit, really. Like, we're on a hill, so my groundwater's not getting fucking... They sell it to me!
I have the store that
I actually spot spray. I have the nozzle sprayed right on a fucking, like a pinpoint stream, and I got a battery powered one now. It's fucking awesome. It'll shoot literally 12 feet. I get up close enough, I go, and once you've done it, once that shit dies, the key is to spray them before they seed. So if you spray them, they die. There's no seeds. It works really well. What do you got?
I had a Marine that had a job before he came in the Marine Corps, where back in the old days, you would sit on the front of the tractor. 2 people would sit on the front of the tractor, and they'd go through the fields, and they would hand spray the weeds. And they were using fucking Roundup. And they made them wear Tyvek suits and goggles, and then they would fucking spray the weeds. Spray the weeds. And he said you can only be on the tractor for about 10 minutes before you'd be spraying the weeds, and then you'd go, psst, you'd shoot your buddy. And then your fucking buddy would be like, psst, he'd shoot you. And he said every fucking time he came out of the field, they were fucking orange. Head to toe covered in fucking Roundup. He's still alive. I'm not saying that it's not bad for you, because this dude is fucked up.
Did he have a butter job?
Yeah, he also had the butter job. What was the other one he did too?
What was it? Fill me in.
Tell the butter job.
So I had this Marine that was a fucking, like,
a sniper.
He was a fucking workhorse. Like, not.
He was a plow animal. Like
Yeah,
not like he isn't controlling and running shit.
Yeah.
But the Amish liked him.
Like if he was gonna go, if we had to take the 50 cal, if we had to take the Barrett,
Yeah.
he would
Lug it.
carry it like it was a rifle. He would actually carry it like a rifle and shit. Fucking just great workhorse, great guy. And I don't know, you know, you get bored, you talk stories, and he's like, we were talking about jobs, and he said that one, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy that you were spraying each other with Roundup, and he's like, yeah. And then he goes, I go, what's the worst? Is that the worst job? He goes, no, the worst job is the butter factory. And I'm like, what? You worked at a butter factory? He goes, yeah, butter factory. You know, they do the 10-pound blocks of butter. And so they had a position open at the butter factory, and he applied for it and went down, and they're like, all right, this is gonna be your position. They had these those rolling
converging conveyors,
converging conveyors, where butter was coming down, and then it stopped.
And it's like they took that right angle piece out,
and you had to pick up the butter and put it on the other one, and then it would go on. It would go on its journey, right?
Rather than just having that corner piece.
They just had that spot, and so he was like, "It's every 2 seconds, 10 pounds of butter is coming down that fucking thing, and you have to bend down to pick it up, put it over here." And he's like, he goes, "It was fucking miserable. The worst job I had ever had." He's like, "It was fucking completely miserable." And so he's there for 2 weeks.
No ocean in Kansas.
Yeah, there were no ocean there because he's there for 2 weeks. And so finally he goes up to the
production.
Goes up to the boss, and he's like, "Hey, I can't fucking do this. This is crazy. I'm out." And when he went out the door, all the other fucking dude employees are standing on the catwalk in front of the office, and they're giving him the slow clap.
Why?
They're giving him the slow clap.
The longest.
And he's
like,
the longest. Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck?" And when he gets to the end, they're like, "No one."
Oh my God.
No one has ever made it past a week.
Holy shit!
No one. No one.
It was the hazing. That was his indoc.
No one has ever made it past a week.
It's not even a real job.
Mm-hmm.
They were just fucking with him?
Yeah, not even a real job. Just
did he get the other job?
He got paid.
Oh.
They
were just fucking with him.
No, he didn't stay there.
They were just fucking
It's literally like
Yeah,
they took the 90-degree fucking turnout. Where the fuck was I? Spot areas have been treated. Keep up the good work. Awesome podcast. Like and share it on Facebook whenever I remember. Thank you for that, man. The wife and I just bought a house last April, and it is the most rewarding thing to put sweat equity into your own piece of property. Congratulations, man. Pierre loves his house. Looking forward.
Such a
No.
I do love it. No,
I know you do. It's
yeah,
like this. It's like this. Dudes are like, I'm gonna buy. I found
Every
this.
time he puts it down, I think about that dude coming.
I found this place. We're gonna do this whole permaculture forest. We're gonna do a whole design system.
You ain't gonna do shit.
We're gonna build a motocross park, and we're gonna put a blimp hangar. And I'm like, that's fucking cool, man. How many acres you get in 1 acre? I'm like, is there 14,000 available next to it? City park.
Are you building 40 stories high? Like,
I'm like that you're not gonna be able to do everything you want to do. It's like
it is rewarding.
You're super excited until the next step.
It is rewarding.
Yeah.
There is a sense of pride.
For
you know what I mean?
Ownership.
Like, it really is. It's just when you buy something for the first time, and like we lived in apartments for a couple of years. So
Pierre bought a $500,000 home, and then wants it to be $1 million home.
Sort of.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I get it.
There.
I always wanted to have the biggest trailer in the park. I wanted to have the only home in the trailer. I wanted to have the only
house
castle in the trailer park. Looking forward to making and he does not live in a trailer park, by the way. He lives in a fucking pretty prestigious neighborhood. Yeah. The wife and I bought a house last April. We did that. Looking forward to making my first SOE purchase to get a belt, and I'm tired of the piece of shit one that I bought off Amazon. Just trying to spread the word about the podcast and SOE and drive traffic. I liked the first video of lunch with Tad and definitely would like to hear more. There's a second one I believe is about to upload, the second half of that. Max Lazana, here is a skunk story for you. When I was in the 9th grade, we were waiting for the school bus to show. We kept smelling something and couldn't figure out what it was or where it was coming from. The bus rolled up and we finally noticed the carcass of a skunk on the ground. Why are you doing that?
Because notes for me.
And it's tire, a carcass of a skunk on the ground. I mean, I know why you got the first one.
Fucked you up. I apologize.
You're gonna have to fucking start standing outside. I have a confessional.
You just pull the screen up. Do you have anything to add? No, and then close it.
That would be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool. I've spent a lot of time in a confessional.
And his tire proceeded on the ground in front of us, and the bus's tire proceeded to run over it. I'm guessing that the scent gland must not have been ruptured, but when the wheel ran it over, it proceeded to douse the 5 of us that were standing there on the curb. We wound up having to go directly from school to the school nurse, and then were lost and found clothes for the rest of the school day. Thanks as always for the podcast. Makes traffic driving in and from work much easier. Man, you had it way worse than I did. Mine was just my shoe. Local police are using cell phones to track people with warrants. Yes, they are. What was your favorite memory of doing fun stuff with your dad growing up? And what was your favorite thing to do for fun with your own kids when they were young?
All my kids have gone down the drain, so.
Were they pushed out of an orifice, or did you put them down the drain?
I mean, mine have somehow, they're either in a fill or
All right, dad thing. Favorite dad thing.
Man, there's been a few. There's one memory when I was really young. My dad took me to a car wash, and we're washing the car, and he goes, "Here, hand me the." We soaped up the car. He goes, "Here, hand me the power wash." Where you drive in, it's like those open garages, and I was like freaking out because I'd like gun up and gun down wasn't a thing. So I was like, "How do I move this to the opposite side of him without getting him wet?" And I was like, if I move it really fast,
why don't you just turn the trigger off?
Dude, I was like, if I move it really fast, you won't get as wet. And just full force go whoosh, with the power wash. It soaked his whole ass, so we're driving back home. And we had this station wagon, this woody station wagon. And his ass is off the seat, and he's driving like that, and he gets home. My mom's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why are you walking? He's like, my fucking ass is soaked. I had to fucking all...
That's good.
Yeah, it was, that's a pretty... That one's, the go-to. There's a lot of hunting... There's a picture I have on my Instagram. We had shot 8 deer. Not me and him, but everybody hunting had shot 8 deer that weekend. And it was like, you wake up, you process meat, you eat lunch, you process meat, you eat dinner, you process meat, you play cards for an hour, and then you go to sleep for like 3 days. And there's a picture of me and him. I would skin them. My uncle would quarter them, and then they would push them down this line, and then it's me and my dad. You see my dad's back, and you see me, and we're just like taking the backstroke because everybody was like doing this shit with the fucking. And me and him getting in there cleaning all the.
If you're in Africa, they have people that do all that for you.
Yeah, we weren't in Africa, so we were the Africans, not in Africa processing the meat.
So I flew to Virginia, and Dad picked me up in Virginia. I was 13. And then we drove to Washington, D.C., Florida, and then just, road trip, just me and him back. That was pretty cool. Saw Washington, D.C. for the first time. That was probably, we used to go do all kinds of shit. Like, he'd have us on the weekends and stuff. So it was Wild Animal Park, SeaWorld, fucking always something. And then he lived on Treasure Island. There's a crypto lab under the museum in Treasure Island. I think Treasure Island's closed now, but we had free reign, man. We ran around Treasure Island, and half of Treasure TI was closed. So we were running through all kinds of abandoned buildings and all kinds of shit. It was fucking pretty cool. San Francisco, the fucking Bay Bridge and the Golden Gate Bridge and all that shit over there. Your turn.
What about you? 1920s, 1930s?
Prohibition.
So probably the coolest thing was I was 10 years old. My dad used to deep sea fish out of San Diego, and we went marlin fishing. So I'm 10. I'm like this big, and we're going marlin fishing. Or he's going marlin fishing. I'm not going. There. I'm just there, right? I'm just there on the boat with him, and we go, and he's got his buddy on the boat, and they get 2 fish at the same time. They hook up with 2 fish at the same time. My dad grabs me, literally grabs me, hands me a life jacket, and then gets one of the poles and hands me one of the poles. Now, I'm at the back of the boat. He hands me one of the poles, and he's like, don't you let go of this. And so they're trying to land the other fish. Well, I was told not to let go of the pole, and I am going like, and the marlin has changed direction, is going forward, and so I am getting pulled to the front of the boat like this, and I get
our big fish.
Yeah, and I just have the life jacket around my arm like this, and I'm going all the way to the front, and I am literally against the rail on the front of the boat, leaning over like this, when my dad's buddy comes over and grabs my shirt and pulls me back, and he pulls me back and he goes, you should have just put the life preserver on the pole and threw it over. And I'm like, Dad told me not to let go of the pole. So that was a 215-pound marlin. That was kind of the coolest thing. Because when they went, you know how in the old days, they used to bring them in and you'd hang them up and they'd take a picture.
Yeah, at H&M Landing.
Yeah, at the H&M Landing. That's exactly where it was.
Yeah.
And so he brought me over and made me, put me in the picture with him and his buddy, which I thought was the coolest thing ever.
So his buddy was like, you should have just put the life jacket on the pole?
Yeah, that's what it was for. It wasn't for me. It was for if you can't hold on to the pole, put the life jacket on the pole, and then just let it go, and we'll go get the fucking pole once we're done with this fish.
Won't that fish fucking just swim miles away? Like
the life vest will just keep popping back up because it'll still feed. Yeah, it'll still feed and all that. So, yeah, that was funny.
That's cool.
Good question.
Local police are using cell phones to track fungi. It's the largest living organism on the planet. Fungi outnumbers plants 10 to 1. 30% of soil is fungi mass. For every meter of tree root, there is a kilometer of mycelium. Fungi are fundamental to life on Earth. They are ancient, they are widespread, and they formed a partnership with countless species. One recent honeybee study shows extracts of polypore mushroom mycelia exhibit a 79-fold reduction in DWV and 45,000-fold reduction in LSV compared to controlled colonies. What's that? Is that the bee colony collapse thing we're talking about? Viruses are recognized to play a contributing role in widespread colony losses, especially deformed wing virus and Varroa destructor virus. So I heard something today about mycorrhizal fungi, like the mesh under the wood chips, right? So by putting heavy mulch down, wood mulch, you produce, you have a lot of that mesh. When you pull it back, there's like a mesh of fungus growing. And I'd heard that there's actually showing studies where trees up to a half a mile away are actually able to pull water and almost a wicking effect through that. Whereas you can have water forever away out of view even of the tree that needs the water, and it will actually absorb moisture from the mycorrhizal fungi. I actually heard quite a bit of interesting shit today. I sent you that. Did you watch it?
I'm still working.
Have you guys noticed that every time I'm like, hey, I fucking sent you this, did you watch it? He hasn't ever watched any of it. You know who watched it? You know who watched
Everybody
it?
else.
Yeah.
Every single person except me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's right.
Cool.
Do you doubt that?
No. I'll watch it.
If fungi is your thing, Rogan had a guest. Have you done DMT?
That's the first question.
Had a guest on who knew a lot about fungi and even had a mushroom hat on. Was very interesting, but already a year and a half or longer ago. Weapon collection. Who was the dude about the bees, man? Do you know who Michael Jordan is?
The basketball player?
No, the bee whisperer, Michael Jordan.
Special ed.
Special ed. I feel like he probably smokes weed.
Special ed?
Of course.
For every meter of tree root, there's a kilometer of mycelium.
We're in here.
I know the guy that managed the electrical work in that data storage facility in Utah. Ludwig Electric out of Colorado did the job. It's amazing how much info you can collect from the builders of these special secret places. My father was also a project manager on DIA and multiple USA embassies around the world, including Germany, China. You got to stop. Put your hands at your side. Mexico, Turkey, and Russia. The government would have a shit fit if they knew all the building layouts that are out there in the open but are supposed to be secret. Same with all the fiber optic cable infrastructure I used to install, splice, and maintain. I know where to access lines in vaults that are severed, if severed could shut down an entire coast, let alone the entire state. I know where to access AT&T backbone line and goes coast to coast from the USA and most CDOT owned lines that hold FAA data, government servers, etc. Hell, the power to 3 states would be easy to shut off too. Look up WAPA, WAPA in Colorado. I know where their system runs too. They think they could keep it safe, but they are stupid. Please leave another comment and let us know that you are not currently in custody.
That's the thing about most security. A lot of it is a facade. It's the appearance of security. They want you to think that the security is greater than this, so you will just go about your daily life and just do your normal shit, when the reality is it's very fragile. It's kind of like when you see guys walking around on top of the White House. When you see guys walking around on top of the White House, well, those guys are actually, pretty well trained for walking around on the top of the White House. The goal is for you to actually see that and think, oh shit, if I can see them, they can see me, and you're not going to do anything. One of the biggest deterrents I had in Huseba at one point was a fucking camera that was not hooked up to anything. We just put this camera up that initially was hooked up, but it's the desert, nobody's going to maintain it, and so it was just, there was nothing there, just the camera on the pole. The Iraqis in that area were so infatuated with that fucking camera, thinking that camera could see things that it couldn't see, really, that they put a whole fucking attack together just to blow up that fucking camera. And there was no, the camera wasn't even fucking hooked to anything.
One of them fake security, the old looking fake 1960s security cameras.
So a lot of that stuff is just this facade. If you dig deep enough, yes, you can find how to fucking shut the water off, how to fucking turn the power. You can find all that stuff. I mean, hell, it was just a bullshit thing in California
that shut off all
Mexico
all
and Southern California
Arizona.
off. Just a fucking little bullshit glitch in the system.
It was a relay in Arizona that shut California off.
You don't remember when they cut when the power got lost? It was like Michigan, New York.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, I do remember. It was something in Canada that happened.
15 years ago or something. We were driving, and I was driving home, and it was like gridlock everywhere. And I was like, this is odd. And I think my phone worked. I think I got a phone call from my mom saying, stop at the first place you can, buy as much ice and water that they have. And I was like, what? And she's like, just buy fucking ice and water and stuff. So the first party store or whatever I pulled into, the guy's like, I got 2 bags of ice. Like right when I walked in, he's like, I got 2 bags of ice left and 3 cases of water. And I was like, I guess I'll take them. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, there's no electricity anywhere. And I was like, well, what do you mean? Like the town? You know what I mean? He's like,
the eastern seaboard.
Like the east side of the coast of the United States. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, that's not good. And it took a day or two, I think, I came back out.
Have you seen the TV show Jericho?
No.
There were season 2's out. Fucking, I enjoyed it. Pretty good.
Jericho, like in the Angel, Jericho.
Jericho, like all the powers out in the world.
Oh, okay.
And fucking giant parachutes of pallets of shit start coming from China. Like China is assisting and helping fucking people.
Jericho is something about in Revelations or something, right? Like I'm not wrong with that.
Yes. Yeah. My probation officer. Hey, why did you change your name? I know who you are. My probation officer was really awesome. I never lied to her, passed all my UAs, and did everything she asked. I scheduled my meetings for the first slot of Monday, so she wasn't pissed off yet. I felt like just not being a shitbag went a long ways with her. She ended up helping me get some of my guns back from the cops. They had them for 3 years. Every time I asked for them back, I got the runaround. I told her, and she called the officers in charge of property, and he turned them back over to me, and I even got all my ammo and mags back. That's cool. Trailers down here don't even require a license or registration. They do not here. That is true. You do have to have turn signals and brake lights.
You don't have to register them?
They won't register them. Like, you have
Oh,
to,
you know
to
what?
get
I
a
did
plate,
know that.
you have to register commercial.
I did know that. As long as you stay inside the state borders, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you want to go across the state border, you got to do.
That's what I told them. I'm like, I take this out of state. They're
Yeah.
like, we cannot give you a plate.
You got to. You got to register it with
Commercial.
DOT or whatever.
Yeah.
You got to put the stickers on the side and shit.
Hollywood put out a hilarious movie, Idiocracy, where only idiots ran for office. Unfortunately, we are living that movie. The entire government, fed and state and local, are corrupt. Education and completely out of touch with Skully, you, and I. I realize when Bush 41 was in office because he didn't know how a scanner in a grocery store worked. Killer podcast, guys. Gonna really miss these things. Can't believe as good as the podcasts are, only a few people watch compared to the other videos you guys do. Anyways, this question is for Skully and John. What are your favorite war movies?
Can you answer that question already?
My favorite war movie is Apocalypse Now. That's my favorite.
I love Lord of War.
Yeah, oh yeah.
My favorite war movie
Lord of War is a
Apocalypse
good
Now.
war movie.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is from The Deer Hunter, and that's Robert De Niro with a flamethrower.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it yet.
Apocalypse Now. That's with Samuel L. Jackson and Charlie Sheen.
Young Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
motherfucker
Back in
was
the day.
back in the day.
Yeah.
I was under the impression the income tax was adopted to fund World War I. It was supposed to be repealed after the war. Also, birth certificates were brought about because the U.S. needed to borrow money to fight the war, and someone came up with the idea of future workers being the collateral. I've learned where the M16 got the bad rep in Vietnam for jamming, and the boys were told to clean their rifles properly, when in fact the government had tens of thousands of ammo they knew to be inferior.
When it first came out, it had a fucking wrong twist rate and
Well, was
wrong
it?
weight
That's
and-
that's
Yeah,
really
wasn't
the
it
answer.
the AR-180 when it first came out?
No, not when we adopted it. It was already the M16, but it was an ammo thing.
Yeah.
They changed the propellant, and it did not work in the M16, and that it just created problems.
Skully, Axe, Grand Fourth, I don't think is set up at Blade, but I will take you directly to someone who will be selling them there at a great price. Not only that, I have friends there that make great tomahawks and hatchets.
I'm going to go ahead and
I
tell
need
you,
it.
James, that if it's under $1,000, put it in a brown paper bag, walk up to Skully and say, this is the amount. Like, if it's $600, be like, I need $600. And when he says, well, what's in the bag? Be like, $600. And hold your ground.
That's not how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
How it works is I'm going to open the paper bag and I'm going to look in there and be like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go on Gunbroker. We're going to look at Gunbroker. We're going to take the average on Gunbroker, and I'm going to pay you that. I'm not going to lowball you. I'm not going to highball you, but we're going to do that. Unfortunately, when I open the brown paper bag, if it's a gun that was banned in the 60s, you're really not going to get that much money for it. I did give the guy $100, though, just because that gun was in the fucking paper bag.
If you're at Blade Show and you're coming over, do not bring knives over to sell to us. We have literally dozens
I don't
of
want
people
any
that
of your
bring
knives.
us knives in hopes that we will fucking just talk about their knives.
I don't want any of your knives.
And you got to remember, too, I have hundreds of knives, like a museum of knives. So if you're bringing us some knives, they got to be some nice knives.
And I don't really want a tomahawk either. I know I said I wanted a tomahawk, but I don't really want a tomahawk. I want a class on how to fight with a tomahawk.
Oh, RMJ can do that right there. Dave Lee will teach it to you.
Fuck, I don't want a class from
coming?
Dave Leave.
I'll bet he's
Holy shit. There's going to be some flipping and some wall climbing and all kinds of shit.
He just won like the fucking CrossFit Games, whatever he was doing. It's Gavin Newsom, Skully, and yes, he is a piece of shit. Hey guys, I'm finally leaving this fucked up state, moving to Arizona, praying that my 15-year-old son moves with me, and my eldest son. I've held it down here as long as I could. Who's Gavin Newsom?
He is the governor of California. He's a fucking... Well, I don't want to say he's an idiot, but he's a piece of shit.
That's it. We're done. You gotta go outside and call us.
I don't have to call anybody. I'm just saying we can catch up on this one.
No, you can't.
Why?
Have we not done this already?
Yeah.
We always let you run, and then you crash and burn, and we're like, there was a reason why.
I don't have to do anything right now. So if you're ending this because of me, it's not
It's
my
not
fault.
because of you. We're just blaming on you.
Okay. It's my fault, motherfucker. Say something. And the next one will be 100. That's the great threat, right? One person complains, the next one will be 100.
You heard green pants. No complaining. We're doing 100.
Open the door and walk out so I can get out.
Pull that plug first.
Not the one in your butt. The electrical plug.
I put the fidget spinner one in today.
I haven't seen a fidget spinner in so long.